Hello, hello. Hi,
Hi.
Lina. Good morning. It's almost afternoon.
Hi, good morning. Oh, let me check my audio because I believe there is an issue here. Let me.
Okay. I hear you good.
Yeah, okay, good. So now I can hear you better. You were like a robot to
Awesome.
me.
Okay. So, Lina, I'm gonna just do a quick intro and tell you a little bit about how we're gonna go. First one is, this is an interview, but you know what? I want you to be relaxed and I want you actually to take control of this because as the teacher, you're usually in control and that's really what it's about, right? I also want to get to know you. I know you told me about your previous history in a recording, but it's not the same as actually talking with you. So I want to know a little bit about your history, to do the demo class. Were you able to receive the information and review the what do you call it? The platform for the lesson for today?
No, no,
Oh,
really. The information. Uh, no, no,
it
really.
it
No.
it's all right. So inside of the confirmation, there's instructions for
Okay.
the interview.
Yes, I read that, but I just read a couple of minutes ago. I didn't. Usually, this confirmation comes and only says that this is like the interview, but I didn't check the details that were in there. Um, okay, yeah, well, we try.
It
We'll see what we
it's
can do.
But first one, like I said, before I even started, I said, let's make sure that you're not nervous because that's not the idea of it.
Okay,
The
sure.
A lot of people want to do ordinary things, and we believe in doing extraordinary things. So that's why you have that. You have extra content if you need it to teach or help to teach. It explains everything there because some people are very organized. But even with the interviews, when they have this stuff, I say the same thing. You choose your lesson. You can do whatever micro lesson you would like. I just need about 5 minutes to see how you would teach, right?
Okay.
So you have our content, you can use your content, you can do whatever you would like. I'm going to play the student, right? That's the second part of the interview, only 5, 10 minutes max. And then we're going to talk about you and why I'm saying you, it's about your personal, your professional in with us financial goals, right? That's really for me to discuss with you. But everyone has things that are important to them. Money is not more important than you, and your business, like professional stuff, is not more important than you. So I want to hear a little bit about you and what your personal goals are, and your professional goals, and a little bit about the time. And you can ask me questions. That's the end of the interview. So
Okay.
let me stop taking control of this thing, and please, when you're ready.
Okay. Let's do it. Okay. So, well, basically, what you want is specifically for me to say? I don't know. We can start with me, or we can start
Mhm.
with a lesson. What would you gonna do?
I would love to hear you about your history, your work history, and then that way I can ask a few questions.
Okay, yeah, sure. So, okay, basically, well, I'm a health information management with over 7 years of experience working in the healthcare field. I'm also a former respiratory therapist with a strong knowledge in medical terminology. I live in Canada for more than 13 years, and then, well, I was able to communicate effectively in English as well with my stakeholders and my coworkers. And in general, I live in an English well community. Um, I came back to Colombia in October, and right now it was a little bit a big change in my life, and I want to discover or explore other opportunities for me to keep my skills, especially in English. Also, this schedule is very important to me because I'm dedicated to my kids as well, and I need time for them, and so that's why it's really accommodate to my schedule right now. What I want to share with others is my English skills, teach somehow what I have learned in all these years and be able to contribute to the community. If it's about intermediate English or also about professional English, I think I will be comfortable with that. That's specifically my goals right now.
Perfect, perfect. So you're in Canada. What happened with the Canadian accent?
Oh God, accent is something that is never changed. I think so. It's something you learn, but I think in the last part of the learning process, I think we still keep the Spanish accents no matter what, and it's somehow they love it. I have many friends that really love that.
Yeah, I have a lucky eyelash right now in my eye. I don't know how that
Uh-oh.
just happened. Yeah. Okay. So if you see me like that, it's like, you know why.
Okay, no
Um,
problem.
wow, it feels like it's they're killing me. Sorry about that. Okay. So Jesus.
Yeah, no,
Can
of
you
course. As soon as it's the
give me
end, yeah, go, go,
yeah,
go.
give me a moment. Give me a moment. I apologize. This is not normal at all.
No worries.
Back. Hi.
Better?
Oh, 1000%. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
okay,
for
okay.
asking. All right. So I love to know Canadians because Canadians are fantastic people. I think that they're excellent. I've been to Canada, so I know. But let's jump into it. I don't want to take too much time. I want to get the essence of this and figure out if you would be the right one for us, right? The mini class is basically of any selection that you would like. Have you ever taught verb to be before or anything to that nature? Or
Yeah,
any lesson? Okay.
yeah, we have, well, I learned verb to be during my old school and in the school time in Colombia. I think
Yeah.
it's the first lesson and the most teach lesson. Yeah, what I always have said about verb to be it in comparison with Spanish is like for to be, for verbs, usually the third person is the one that it changed and in general for pronunciation and for some verbs at the end. But in
Okay.
general, for the rest of the pronouns, it's more like the same. So you say, with,
Mhm.
like verb play, you say, I played, you play. But when I say she, he, it's obviously you have to add an S at the end. And what you have to learn in the process. Yes.
Oh, so I'm not sure if what lesson you would like to do. Would you like to do that one or something
Yeah,
else?
will
And
be
we start
good.
the role
Yeah.
play?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it could be. Could be. Let's try
all
it.
right. I'm ready for you. Go ahead.
Okay, hi. Today we're gonna learn a little bit about Bertvi. So this is the first thing you have to learn in order to understand a little bit about English. This is more about your routines, what you are doing every day, and basically is to use in first person and third person and other people that you can also express yourself with the plain verb, which is to be. For example, the most important thing is that you have to use the pronoun. The aux is an aux. Yeah, the pronouns, and also you use the verb and also the complement. So, for example, you say, I uh, sorry, I get nervous. So
No, I
you
can. I
basically,
first one. That's the first thing I said before I started. I'm like, don't get nervous. And
yeah,
remember,
first thing, yeah. No, the thing is, well, to be honest, I did. I was just thinking fast in how to say that, but it will be better examples
I'm gonna
for
interrupt.
yeah.
I'm only gonna interrupt because not to take control. I want you to have the control of it. But the big
Mm-hmm.
one here is how do you what lesson would you feel if you can teach whatever you would like in the world right now? Literally whatever you would like. It doesn't have to be the verb to be, whatever you would like. The biggest thing here is I just want to know what you how you would teach whatever it would be. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. I can teach just the basis. Basis like vocabulary, right?
Okay.
Um, uh, because the tense and then that it could be less personal. But yeah, basis could
No.
be just the days of the week or letters, numbers,
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
So let's go with
One.
whatever you want to do.
Mhm.
Just pretend you're like a tour guide and you're presenting something, and then you're taking me on a journey with in whatever you're going to. If you're going to use conversational, that's a recommendation. Give an example and then push me on the concepts. That's it. Super easy.
Okay. I'll do my best. Okay. Okay. Okay, today let's gonna talk about just the basis in English, and I would like to teach you some important words that you can use in an everyday routines could be easy. So important thing to say that for example, if you're gonna say verbs, use verbs like sleep, eat, also drink, things that you can do at your home and in a basic routine. So for example, if you go to your home, you're gonna enter the home and you're gonna see, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. Eat is the verb for taking food inside your mouth. That's the way you can learn that verb. Also for sleep, what is sleep? In the meaning of English, you go to your bed, you lay down on your bed and close your eye, that means sleep. Also, if you're gonna drink any water, it's easy way to do it. You do it in a class. So you go to the kitchen, you take your glass and put water inside the glass and drink. That's are the verbs, like basically verbs you can learn on today when you go home. Something like that. This is clear
Okay.
to you?
Yes, teacher. Yes.
Definitely, I can prepare myself better for this. To be honest, it was unexpected way to do it, but I believe I can make much better examples and prepare myself better for this. Yes.
What did you do in Canada? Can you tell me?
Well, I did a
Mhm.
lot of stuff. Well, at the beginning, we did kind of a survivor jobs. I work in stores, but the first thing it was is study English. I study in Colombia for 2 years, and then there was about 2 more years, and then I went to school. I went to the college. I do my kind of like continuing education degree,
Mhm.
and after that I was able to work, and it was for the last 8 years that I worked in the healthcare field. That's what I did. But we live in there, we in Toronto, and then moved to another town, and basically that was like it was more work and study.
Okay. So you have your career in medicine, right?
Yeah, it's
How
more healthcare.
so the healthcare, were you doing administrative work or you were doing patient work or what?
It,
Because yeah, okay.
it was a combination of both, but I didn't pursue any registration. I'm respiratory therapist, but I was not registered in Canada. So instead I decided to go to school, do the degree, and then I was able to work in the hospital in the administrative area. Yeah, I was in
Okay.
contact with patient, but it was more for helping them to the process in the system, but not taking care of them, like
Hmm.
treatments or things like that. No.
So did you do follow-up phone calls with them and do like system
Yes.
registrations?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think my first job was a patient flow coordinator. I was at the front desk. I have to take calls, make appointments for patients, make follow-ups also. And sometimes I have to help with translation because they didn't speak English and the doctor didn't speak Spanish. So I was the one that helping them and in the room to actually understand the process and the treatment. I also help with some documentations in their electronic medical records. I was involved on that. Later on, I moved to the hospital, but I'm not as front desk, but in a health records department. I also was more in touch with law firms and that. And my last job was in an insurance company. It was a board from the government, and I helped to data analysis and also for some help with policies and compensations for the workers in Ontario. So it was
Mhm.
progressive, but I have been with customer service, somehow teaching and helping others to understand systems and processes. And so it has been my experience in there. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for that. We're gonna go to the next part, which is basically the ending that I was saying from the beginning. Is for us, the schedule is important. We know what the schedule is already. I think you know. But regardless of that, there's other things that we're going to have to discuss, which is training, right? Training is essential. Do we offer training? Actually, what we do is we get paid to teach people. It's
Okay.
crazy, but we get paid to teach people. So in this case, as a trainee, we're not going to pay you for training, and that's actually included in the salary. For us, our hours are 24 hours. 4 hours of those are dedicated to if we need training, if we need meetings, anything that's not in your official schedule. And that's something that's important. And that's actually the next step that we do for our process, right? If we said yes, we were going to hire you, we would hire you plus another person. And in the very first day, someone could get fired, just like that. Like,
Oh, wow.
no, just no, I'm being dramatic.
Yeah, I can see.
I, be, No, but really for us, what we're looking for is that first day is for us to make up our mind on who it would be. We're gonna do training, see how much you can absorb. And if it's for you, then great. We could actually keep both of you, or we could literally, like I said, within the first 4 hours, because that's what we're focused on, within 4 hours to make up our mind in training, if this would be the person that's going to continue with us. Basic training, we dedicate 4 to 8 hours of basic training. So it doesn't mean that you would just finish within 4 hours and we let you go. And it's the same thing like if you want to build your skills as a teacher, you're not going to take a career and learn it in 8 hours. I promise you, you're not going to do that. So that's why constant training is available for our staff. But the biggest thing here is for us to hit the ground running and use your strengths. So that's why when you're talking to me, I'm asking, I see more of a profile for you to be able to help us on the administrative side, as well as teaching. But this is, again, it's an entry level position. So teaching isn't your strength, but what we could do is we could build you into that point as well. However, we have interviews that we have to do, and we have to make up our mind within basically the next 24 hours who we're going to invite into that hiring process, right? I'm not sure if there's questions or concerns that you have that you can ask me, because now I'm available.
Yeah, no, that was one of my first questions, because when I had the test message that the first month will be a certain amount of money and the second month will be, after that was, so now I understand what it's the difference, and I understand that. I know that I don't have a specific experience in teaching, but I'm willing to learn more. So that's why for me to
Mhm,
accepting an entry level, it's fine, because it will be actually a great opportunity for me.
mhm,
If I can help with the administrative part, I also comfortable. And if there is kind of a test on the first day to show if it works or not for you, I also like I understand that, and it's okay for me as well, because obviously you have to think more about you, your company, and if my profile works for you or not. I'm available
definitely.
right
Mhm,
now. I can commit for more than those 4 hours for a few days, or I don't know how many days you require for that training.
mhm,
Um, as far as after that, if it's, you think I can, if it works for both of us, after that, it has to be the schedule that you told me at the beginning,
mhm,
maybe after a month or so, because definitely
mhm.
I'm looking for part-time. Yeah.
Definitely. No, it is a part-time position. For the schedule for the that we have, if we have you scheduled from 5 to 7,
9.
for example.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
everyone has their strengths. My weakness right now is that it's what the schedule says that you saw.
Okay, okay,
That's
got it.
good. That's that schedule. But the big thing here is, apart from that, we would get you in, like I said, maybe an hour earlier, and we say, hey, we're gonna meet an hour early on Monday and Friday, right? So that way we can take that time and review goals of the day, if you're doing administrative work. And then if you're doing teacher work, it gets much more easier, where it just becomes automatic and we don't really meet as often.
Okay.
That's actually the goal of hiring, is where people actually, they get their jobs and they just know what to do. That's what it is.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
correct. True. No, it's, I can be flexible as soon as it's if it's notifying me ahead of time, like oh, today we're
We do
gonna do
that.
it earlier, and I'm okay with that, because I have my
Mhm,
agenda and I can do it. It's right now I don't have another job.
mhm.
This is kind of the job I'm pursuing. It's not easy to find a part-time job, because most people ask for full-time, but unfortunately, I don't have availability right now. So
Okay.
yeah, so I hope it works. If it works for you, it works for me as well.
Perfect. So just so we're clear on it, because I'm gonna make sure, because I believe whenever someone has a concern or a doubt, you have to address all of them, right? So just, and I like to be transparent, black and white, is if you have a schedule for us is 24 hours that we're hiring for, right? That's officially the official schedule, but it's not really, because you will be working 20 hours. But again, in the beginning, we will set a specific time where you have 1 hour before, yes, or we can work on it as well because we're flexible. But 1 hour before every let's say 4 days. That way you can come in and start doing 1 hour training, then work, 1 hour training, then work, 1 hour training, and then we start pulling back the training, because again, that's time and that's a resource that we prefer to delegate to other new entry levels.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, sounds good.
So that's how that would be. And am I missing anything so far? No, that I'm not sure if there's any other questions.
Yeah, how is I think uh, the way that the work is made is kind of a contractor or a freelancer or something
Mhm,
like that.
mhm.
How is actually the payment system that you have in place, and if you're doing in pesos or dollars, or how it works?
That's a wonderful question. So what we do is we actually pay every single month. We pay in pesos. and it's a monthly payment. We do also offer, what is it? Full time because you have Prestones y Servicios in
Mhm.
Colombia. That's the
Okay.
contract that we're talking about at this moment.
Okay.
Then the option to transition, we're not interested in doing full time or the complication thing with Colombia. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Complication thing.
It here's the cash and that's it. You get paid and that's all, right? So that's the
Yeah.
benefit with that. That's what we offer at the moment.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not sure if you have questions or concerns. And payment, by the way, we can do it through Bank Colombia. So you get direct deposit through Bank Colombia.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, for me, it sounds good. I know, I understand what your complication means because here the legal part it's complex, especially for entrepreneurs and
Hmm.
yeah, my family is dealing with that. Yeah.
The 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 biggest one here is I have 2 more minutes, then I have to go because I want to respect the
Okay.
other person's time. But
Sure.
the biggest thing here is that in Colombia, the real reason why I love helping is that way people progress and they can open their minds. You are in Canada, you have a different, I can tell you have another mentality. You just know. And that's why you do these interviews. But it's our job and our responsibility to help society grow if that's what you choose to do. And I choose to do that. And that's what we do. Um, but unfortunately, yeah, that's the answer to that question. And I want Colombia to grow to the new empire it deserves to be and remove all of those limiting beliefs. And the biggest one here is you can't do it alone and you need a team. And that's why we're looking for people at this moment that would be the right fit.
Oh, that's great that you're thinking on that way because usually we are more kind of excluding of that opportunities. And no, and I appreciate those words. Definitely, definitely. It's something that I like to hear. So, well, so let's see. I hope it works and let's see what happens then.
Yeah. So Lina, yeah, the next step from here is we would give you a call, regardless of any situation, just so you know, we're always hiring because I might not have this opportunity in time to tell you, but we are always hiring. So if you're not selected for this job or for this position, maybe in the future we can tap you on the shoulder again and work something else out with you or another one of our staff can say, hey, I saw her profile because we keep these videos in our database. I saw her profile. I think she would be great for this medical position because we're doing something with the hospital, you know? You're just like, wow, it's a golazo,
Okay, no,
right?
sounds good. Great. Thanks a lot for this time and opportunity to talk to you. And well, I hope like we can talk soon.
Awesome. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope we get to talk soon as well. Bye.
Okay. Okay.